counting. 1, 2, 3.
Keep going. I've been rolling for about 5 seconds.
I knew
You have. No, that's good to know.
So, the Bible story got
All right.
put on our heart.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Dunlap front porch.
Hey there.
Mel and I have been having a lot of time to spend with God and thinking about the situation that we in the world find ourselves in, and we have something we want to share with you. There's a passage that's been on our mind and our heart this whole time, but wanted to give you 2 brief little anecdotal stories. Some of you know I've been going over to the coast working at a restaurant, smoking fish, kind of isolated. I came back over to Porterville on my way home from that and walked into Aldi's, and immediately I noticed that it was a frenzy. And there was people everywhere. There were these little 8 to 10-year-old boys walking around, and they thought it was really funny to be walking up to all the food going, "Hachoo! Hachoo!" pretty much spraying over everything. And I came out of paradise over at the coast, and I'm thinking, hey! And then I caught myself, and I'm like, oh wow, I don't want to be the first rioter amongst a situation like this. And I'm like, obviously you don't have the self-control to talk to these young men casually, so you'll let Dad do it. And I went about my business. So it was a good reality check for me that there's a lot of craziness and a lot of thinking that maybe isn't the best for all of us.
Okay. So, about a week ago, a lot of you know I have my own hair salon in Springville. I love this community. I've been in business for almost 16 years. And last Wednesday, we closed up shop for now. I didn't think I was going to get emotional. And as I was putting that sign on the door, it was just a really odd feeling. And so, yesterday, as I was watching the news and realizing this is continuing to escalate, I realized, we're probably going to be closed more than 2 weeks. And, things are going to be tight for us, but we'll be okay. But what about those small businesses that aren't going to be okay, that have already closed down or on the brink of closing down, and next week they're not going to have any food to eat? And so yesterday I just had to keep bringing myself back to the promises of God, that He will provide no matter what. And so that leads us to...
Before you go to that.
Okay.
We know that God will provide, and so we just wanted to make sure that we are really prepared. And so this is our go bag. Kind of petite, kind of compact, but we're ready. And all of you will probably be able to recognize our preparation, which seems to be the world's preparation. So that's it, man. Water and toilet paper seem to be what we need. Or is it?
I didn't know he was going to do that.
We're in the middle of taping.
I know. Okay, anyway. So, the word of the Lord. No. So, our story comes out of 1 Kings chapter 17. It's about the prophet Elijah. And God lets him know there's going to be a drought for 3 years. It's not going to rain for 3 years. And so, God tells him to let King Ahab know that. And then he tells him to go hide by a brook. And so Elijah goes to this brook, and God lets him know, I'm going to provide food for you through ravens. So he sends ravens to the brook in the morning and at night, and he provides meat and bread for Elijah and water from the brook. So he stays there until the brook dries up, and then God instructs him to go to a town, and there's going to be a widow there that is going to provide for his needs. So he gets there, and he meets the widow, and she's gathering sticks to make the last little loaf of bread with the little flour and oil that she has left. And so he says, please give me a drink of water first and make me a loaf of bread first, and God will provide for you. And so she had a decision right there to make. And so she was obedient. She made him a loaf of bread first and gave him a drink of water. and then made one for her and her son, and God provided for them throughout the rest of the drought.
Yeah, and so there's a couple things we want to draw out of that. First and foremost, and I've kind of made light of it with the toilet paper and the water, God provides for us in ways that we can't even fathom oftentimes. He used the dirty raven to feed one of his remaining prophets. He fed him and he sustained him for months by the brook. So God will provide, and He'll provide in ways that we don't see coming, we don't understand, and we don't expect. The second thing is that we need to have faith that God is in control. And when Elijah went to the widow and he said, I need a drink of water, do you mind getting me one? And I'm very, 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 very hungry, can you give me a bite to eat? And she says, but I've only got a little bit of flour and a small amount of oil in my jar. And he says, but you need to feed me first and then you can make yourself some. And
There's a school bus.
what are the odds of a school bus, right?
But they're providing meals for the kids. That's awesome.
So, does it appear that we're ready? From what we've been seeing in the supermarkets, because the bus has gone by in the few times we've done this.
Or it's just reminding us that the schools are helping provide meals for our kids.
So provision in another way. My wife has a much more loving heart than I do. God has a plan. He has a purpose and a plan in this bigger situation. He even uses unconventional delivery systems, like a bus delivering meals to kids that would normally receive meals. That's awesome. I didn't even know that until this morning. And at the same time, He has a plan in each one of our lives. And we are a community of believers, and now is the time to demonstrate extraordinary love and sacrifice like we in America have not experienced. And we just want to share that with you after I got the bump.
And we just want to encourage you, share what you have. Be looking for people that need water, or toilet paper, or maybe make 2 casseroles tonight and leave it on your neighbor's front porch. So thanks for spending some time with us. We love you guys. We miss you. We'll see you soon.
Love you guys.